right, we are about ready to get underway. You and Jen out on the mound for Kids Day, making his second start of the year. First start, 6 innings, no hits, or sorry, not hits. No walks, no home runs, no runs. So 6 innings. They hit 150 off of him. Welcome. Hanging out in the vertical today. Well. So, pitched really well in the first game. Unfortunately, Hanwha's bats do not work during the beginning of the games. So, whether or not that happens again today, again, this week they've scored 1 run against starting pitching, 1 earned run against starting pitching. They've scored 3 runs, but 2 of them were unearned yesterday against starting pitching. Their wins have all come against the bullpens. They've scored 5 earned runs the entire season against starters. So we'll see how that goes today. You and Jen last year against Kia played well, but that's going to be 1 pitch and 1 hit, ladies and gentlemen. And there goes the no hitter. 1 pitch, 1 hit, and yeah. The umpire cam finally getting some use out of it. I haven't seen it before. I don't know why all those people are on base. But we'll do this and that. So Park Jae-hyun leads off the game with a single to left field and getting his first start at the top of the lineup. Chae Won-jun off of the starting lineup today. So Wisdom steps in. What's up, Alan? And that's outside. Wisdom moved up in the lineup now. He's batting in the 2 spot instead of the 5 spot, hitting 250. 3 home runs, a home run yesterday and a home run on Friday. And here comes the pitch outside. 2-0. It is it's actually pretty cold here in Korea. I thought my toes were gonna fall off last night at the concert. All right, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Way outside once again. 3-0 as Wisdom's going to be taken the whole way. I assume that is that Celsius. It was snowing yesterday. The the second league game for LG was actually canceled because of snow yesterday. That's hot. And that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1 now to Wisdom. I don't think it was even 37 Celsius yesterday, or 37 Fahrenheit. All right, here comes the 3-1 pitch. You and Jen, time will be called. They'll reset. See, can't hear the pitch comm. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. And Wisdom's going to rope that one right to Kim Tae-hyun and 1 away on the fly out to left. A little out in front of it, made solid contact, but a little off balance as he was expecting a fastball there. Got a changeup, and that's 1 away. Park Jae-hyun not able to head to second. And that's going to bring up a Na-sung Bomb. Again, Na-sung Bomb absolutely destroys Hanwha pitching, and that's upstairs. Young Jen looking like he's struggling a little bit with control here today. Next up, I don't know what you mean. And that's in there for a strike. 1-1. And sets up and in and goes up and in. The throw down to second, and in time on a bounce, but a little too good of a jump, and that'll be a stolen base. That'll move him into scoring position, and he wasn't able to go on Wisdom's throw, but yeah. So uh part of the facade on the outside, I'll talk about it a little bit later in the break, is that's going to be filed away. So my understanding is like outside of some windows is like a bar, and a bar. Uh and one of them fell down and hits some fans. The two fans are in like critical condition, and another fan is was injured. So they canceled the game to inspect, as that's going to be a big swing and a miss. First strikeout on the day for Yuan Jin. 2 outs now, is he gave up the leadoff single and a stolen base, is not getting anything done from the other batters. So yeah, whether or not they're even able to play next week is going to be a question still. All right, Shea Hyung Moo looks at strike one in there, and it's on one. Brand new in 2019, 2000, 2020, 2021, something like that. It's brand new. It's the newest. Well, now Hanwha Stadium is the newest in this. Thank you, Bilal. Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. All right, to the 1-1. Runs inside, and it's 2-1. Yeah, their stadium, it's really nice too. And it the pictures that I saw, it wasn't inside the stadium. It was outside the stadium where the problem was. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Did he go around? He did, and that's going to be strike two. We'll check the replay, see how good the umpire is today. Yep, he did go. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. A little chopper. Yunjin jumps up, shows the athleticism, throws over to Chan Song on a leadoff single, does nothing as they go 1-2-3 with runners on base, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. It's 0-0. A 0, a 0, a 0, a 0, a 0, a 0. Oh, some changes for Hanwha's lineup. Just one. Uh, Again, I didn't broadcast yesterday's game because I was out of town. Oh. Get my stuff set up here. No, An Chi Hong is batting second, DHing. He had the uh, big pinch hit in the 8th inning yesterday. So he is DHing. My understanding is he's been dealing with some chest issues. Oler on the mound, 1 game, 6 innings. Got the win, even though he did give up 4 runs. Only 3 of them were earned, though. Did give up 1 home run also. So 6 strikeouts, no walks, though. So should not be seeing a lot of free passes in the games today. You had Yuan Jin on the mound, obviously, for Hanwha. He doesn't walk a lot. He didn't walk anybody in his first game. And then Oler also doesn't walk a lot. He didn't walk anybody in his first game either. So shouldn't have very many free passes until we get to these the bullpens. Wang Young Mook. That is a very, very long selfie stick for a phone. Literally a phone. All right. Wang Young Mook will step in, hitting 111 on the season, batting in the leadoff spot. And he's playing second because An Chi Hong is dealing with some chest issues. And here comes the pitch upstairs. Ball one. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. And runs inside 2-0. Just as I say that there's not going to be many walks, he opens with a 2-0 count. Thank you very much. All right, so Wang Young Mook. That catches the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Wang Young Mook plays can play everywhere in the infield, second, short, or third. Rookie last year, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Played extremely well last year, so they went out and signed someone else to replace him. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, fouls that away, and it stays 2-2. Wang Young Mook has one of the best contact rates as far as players in the league. Him and Ito Yoon both. They may strike out some, but they are going to also see a ton of pitches. They're going to foul off a lot of pitches. They're not going to hit very many home runs. I think he had 4 home runs all last season. Here comes the 2-2 pitch once again. And he fouls another pitch off, and it stays 2-2. And that was ball 3 that was way outside, but he got a piece of it. And this is what you want from a leadoff hitter. I mean, he did hit 300 last year. He was one of the best players on the team without a doubt. Again, so they went and signed somebody else to replace him. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. And catches him looking at that beautiful, beautiful pitch on the outside. One away. Wang Young Mook looks at that beautiful back door. So he has 5 pitches. Fastball 151% of the time. You can the only place that you can watch, I assume, are you in Korea or outside of Korea? As that's a swing and a miss way up in the zone to An Chi Hong. All right, the 0-1 pitch. An Chi Hong again, his first hit of the year last night, ended up giving Hanwha the lead as he swings and pops that one foul, and it's 0-2. Yeah, I mean, it depends. If you're in Korea, you have to use TVing or regular TV. That's what I do. I live here in Korea. If you're outside of Korea, souplive.com has the international broadcast rights as An Chi Hong swings and misses at a ball that goes way past and the throw down to first. And just like that, Hanwha has 2 outs on 2 strikeouts. 2 outs now. Fuller did strike out 6 in his 6 innings of first game. And Florio, first pitch swinging, pops that one up. Kim Tae-goon takes off the mask, falls back, and misses the pop up. Strike 1. that the third one this series? Another error by Kia. All right, we'll have an 0-1 pitch now, and Florial swings and misses there. Strike two. Oh, we'll see how many extra hits or extra pitches he needs. Florial, a 3-game hitting streak after he finally got a hit on a Friday or Thursday to score Hanwha's 1 run of the LG series. And that's just misses outside or makes it 1-2. So just finally got a hit in the ninth inning of Thursday's game. I had to think of what day it was. Thursday's game. Since then, he's gotten 1 hit each game. So, all right, the 1-2. Fouled away. So he's now thrown 3 extra pitches. Oops. That's all right. There we go. Backwards K. Don't want to cheat the man for a great backdoor slider. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up inside. And did he go? He did not. He'll check the replay. Maybe. No, we're not going to get to replay check. Okay, we'll just have to go with the third base umpire's call. Oh, the 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, Florial. And that's going to be a little soft liner to the shortstop. And 3 away. 1-2-3 goes Hanwha. We'll go to the bottom of the first, or the top of the second. It is 0-0. No, I do not. I don't do any bets. I don't know. Predictions? A little bit. I'll be starting a weekly show as soon as I'm waiting on. Thank you. It's Dougie. That's you. You just asked. So I'll be starting a weekly show. I'm waiting for a couple things that I need to do the broadcast. And then I will do a weekly prediction show for basically who's going to win the series. I won't get into too much. Talk about who's the players to watch, things like that. Talk about the pitching matchups. But outside of that, yeah, I don't make the KBO is way too unpredictable for me to to be making any sort of predictions or anything like that. And I don't bet, so, and I don't want to tell people what to do with their money or be responsible if my advice doesn't work out. All right, so both pitchers, 16 pitches in that first inning. Ryu Jin obviously gave up the single and a stolen base, but Yu Sung will lead off the second inning, the left fielder for the Kia Tigers. And the first pitch just misses inside. Sounds good. Ooh. And the 1-0, and that's going to be a chopper, but it's foul. And let's check the hands. A great play by the third base coach down the line. And it's 1-1. Yeah. If you watch the streams, you'll see people ask questions, as that's going to be a swing and a miss at the bottom of the zone. And it's 1-2. You'll see people ask some questions about things, and I actually don't even know. I don't even know the terminology for most of the betting terminology. So as the 1-2 sets way upstairs, and so far upstairs that Che Jae-hoon had to come out of his stance to catch it, and it's 2-2. All right, the 2-2 pitch runs inside and just misses. And ladies and gentlemen, Boys and girls, we've got our first full count of the day. All right, the 3-2 pitch misses upstairs, and just like that, Kia once again has the leadoff runner on base. Yes, he's also my resident betting vocabulary translator. All right, Bjorno Yuk steps in. And that's in the dirt. Yeah, I mean they're basically the same, except the vertical. Obviously, everything's quite a bit smaller, but it also doesn't. It doesn't have the strikeouts up at the top. I just don't have room for them. I think it's a little more difficult to see. But the 1-0 pitch here, and that's going to be a jumping catch by the shortstop, and on away. Pushy shovey. Jonah Yuck robbed of a single there. And Shimu Jun quick off the bat, back to his right and makes the jump, times it perfectly. But Yu Sung is able to get back, and that's going to bring up Sogan Chan. Sogan Chan holds off on that, and it's 1-0. Kia now 0 for 4 to start this game with runners on base. And that's going to be a slow dribbler. Second baseman tosses the shortstop, throws to first in time for an inning double play 4-6-3. And we'll see if there's a replay. Nope, there is no replay. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 0-0. 0 for 5 now with runners on base. They do have a very, very deep lineup. Now that they've finally gotten all their guys back. So, or at least Chewan is back, and then Reyes is also back now. I think Chewan Tay or Wantain started yesterday's game, I believe, and then Reyes is starting today's game, I believe. All right, No Shiwan will lead things off for Hanwha. Samsung's weakness is they have two weaknesses. One is they strike out so much. They're a very home run or nothing team because of their home stadium. When they play away, they tend to struggle. And then also the bullpen is still very questionable. As we'll come back. Bottom of the second here, Oler out on the mound. Again, 16 pitches in the first inning for him. Only 10 pitches that inning for Yuhan Jin. All right, No Shiwan hitting 180, 192 on the season. Started out hard. And outside. So I assume if betting 100 to win 160 profits means the team you're betting to win is favored, right? Number 61. Who is that? That Chewan Jun or something? And the 1-1 pitch just misses. 160 profit. Okay. I was thinking 160 total. That misses upstairs. 2-1 now to Noshiwan. Ah. So you bet 150 and then you get 250. Sounds like Oler is calling his own pitches out there. I feel like I'm a seasoned veteran now. I'm ready to hit the books. All right. Swing way outside and another full count. So our first full count for Kia. Yeah, gambling's illegal in Korea. Well, gambling is illegal for Koreans, not for foreigners. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he check swings that foul. And the ball boy is nutmegged, ladies and gentlemen. Not legally. They have these weird things. So they have like gambling places, but what you win is uh you win a prize, and then the place will offer to buy the prize from you for cash. All right. Swing and misses that. Noshiwan just lollygags, doesn't bother running down to first, and finally he does, but he's thrown out, and that's 3 strikeouts now as Noshiwan decided he wasn't going to even attempt to run down to first on a swing and a miss. Baek Sung Hyun. That's the rookie, right? Oh, Chaewon Jun is on the mound for Doosan. Chaewon Jun, just like I said. All right. Making me doubt myself. Allen is Chan Sung dribbles that to the shortstop, throws across the diamond. Not a great throw, but wisdom with the stretch, and that's will be another quick out as Chan Sung makes it 2. Oler now 9 pitches this inning and already got a strikeout and a ground out, and that's going to bring up Kim Tae Hyun. Number 25 steps in, hitting 200 on the season. Yeah, I've seen things like that where you buy an envelope and it happens to have tickets in it when you can't legally scalp tickets or whatever. As Kia's manager is having a discussion about something. Nope, the robot camera is having issues. The little four-wheeled camera having some issues. All right, the 0-1, that's a beauty in there. 0-2. Mueller is just laying it on today. And catches him staring at the pitch on the upper corner, and a 4 strikeouts. Oops, that's a backwards K, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to the 3rd inning. It's 0-0. Another offensive powerhouse of a game. Oh yeah, they're awful. No. The number 9 is not awful. I will defend Jung Soo Bin every day of the week. Uh the better team is Kia. The better team is Kia, but with that being said, Hanwha is looking better right now because Kia has their starting shortstop and their starting so their starting shortstop and their starting third baseman, the reigning MVP, are both on the injured list. So he's one pitch or one strikeouts for Yuan Jin so far, but he's got the bottom of the lineup coming now 8-9-1. But he does seem to be struggling a little with command. He walked one, and he's thrown half of his pitches for balls. He's thrown 26 pitches, but only 13 have been strikes. And he's had a runner on base every inning, the leadoff runner on base, actually. All right, here we go. Top of the third. Yuan Jin back out on the mound. 26 pitches. Uh, that's weird because so he only went 5 in his first outing on Tuesday, but he usually should go 6 or 7. As that's going to be a ground ball. His shortstop scoops it up, throws across, and one away on the 6-3 ground out. A very, very quick out. One pitch, one out. Yeah, I don't know why he only threw 5 innings. So his last outing, he threw, I didn't even write down. He went 6 innings, threw 81 pitches, and came out. And then the team ended up losing because the bullpen couldn't hold it. So it'll be interesting. The bullpen for Hanwha is worn out after the last couple games, as that's going to be an 0-1 pitch. That's going to be dropping in front of the center fielder, and another hits and another base runner for Kia as they are not swinging at things that are not strikes. That's the only way I could probably describe it here is anything they're swinging at has been a strike. They're not swinging at bad pitches today. Right off the old label. Lands right in no man's land, past the out or the second or shortstop and in front of the center fielder is that's going to be a 4-6 force outs with the horrible toss. Horrible toss by Wong Young Mook keeps the double play from being able to happen. That won't be an error, but it was an error. Is the easiest way to put that. Park Jae-hyun will be on first now as Kim Gyu-sung will be retired after his single, and then in the force outs, Wisdom will step in. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to left field in his first at bat, again a home run in both games so far this series, and looks at strike one on the bottom corner. All right, the 0-1. And a little toss over to first base. Thank you. Call me. Call me Samson. And that's outside 1-1. Call me, Samson. Call me cuz. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Wisdom. A swing and a miss as it just gets under his bats. Might have even got a little piece of that, but in the glove of Che Hoon anyway. They did face each other in the MLB. Wisdom looks like he had 2 at bats and 2 strikeouts. 595 days since they last faced each other. In the main the main matchup that I really want to see this year is Ryun Jin versus Puig, former Dodgers teammates. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Throws back over to first. All right, and once again, another 1-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. Strikeouts number 2 for Yuan Jin. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 0-0. 4 anemic offenses coming your way. Nobody wants to score runs. Nobody wants to score runs. Nobody wants to score runs. Da 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 da. Dodger. Do you think the Dodgers could beat? Do you think the Dodgers AAA team could beat either one of these teams? Hanwha will have Im Jong Chan leading things off. Ryun Jin threw 3 innings, 34 pitches, threw an entire 8 pitches that inning. As Kia is now 0 for 7 with runners on scoring or on base. 0 for 7 runners on base. Ladies and gentlemen, let's let that sink in again. 0 for 7 with runners on base, and they've just now finished the 3rd inning. All right, we've got the bottom of the 3rd. Oler still out there on the mound. Im Jong Chan will lead things off for Hanwha, struggling mightily in this season. We'll just say season. He has 2 hits. They're both extra bases, one of the 4 base and one of the 2 base variety. And here comes the first pitch. And that's fouled away, and it's 0-1. We'll have to see how long of a leash they give him. They want him to be the right fielder of the future for this team. But he's in his 5th season, and that's misses upstairs. 1-1. He is in his, I want to say his 5th season. Yeah, so 5th season, 6th season in from when he started. He started in 2020, as that's outside of ball. Started in 2020, then 2022 to 20 or 23 to 24. He spent his did his mandatory military duty, as that misses upstairs 3-1. So he has not shown a lot of plate discipline. 136 strikeouts in 365 at bats. Kia's away. As that's fouled away, and it's runs another full count. 3-2. 2nd full count of the day for Hanwha. They struck out to lead off the 2nd base, or the 2nd inning in their other one. Sure. Absolutely. Hanwha's bullpen is beat and battered after two games. The 3-2 lifts us up into the air. Nasung Bomb coming in. And one away. The thing for Kia is their bullpen. So their starters gave up 1 run in these 2 games against Hanwha, but their bullpen is just so bad. And every KBO bullpen is really bad. So they gave up, they gave up the lead in the 7th inning on Friday, and they gave up the lead in the lead in the 8th inning yesterday. So Shea Jae-hoon steps in, looks at ball 1, hitting 300 on the season. Only player on Hanwha's team that is hitting 300. And the 3 for 4 on the season, and that's upstairs 2-0. So Kim Seok-hyun has pitched the last 2 days. There's no way they can ask him to pitch a 3rd straight day. They do have off tomorrow, as that's low 3-0. And here comes the 3-0 pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. Do like the both foreign pitchers go with the good old flat brim hat. And here comes the 3-1. Catches the outside, and another 3-2 counts. Third 3-2 counts. Third full count of the day for Hanwha and Oler. And we'll see what happens here. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away, and we'll set up for another 3-2. Running that pitch count up. He's sitting at 40 now. 16 pitches in the first inning, 12 in the second. Already 12 here in the 3rd inning, as both hitters have gone to full counts. Jaewon-jun is not a good starter. And the 3-2 fouled away. That was ball 4. Up at his eyes, but at least he gets a piece of it. You cannot give Samsung extra chances, that is for sure. All right, he's gotten 4 straight fastballs. What is he going to go with here? A curve that is going to be past the diving second baseman. And Hanwha's got their first base runner, their first hits of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Hanwha has broken up the perfect game here in the bottom of the 3rd. A 3-2 inside out swing past the diving second baseman. All right, here comes Shimu Jun. First pitch, pops it up. That might be a little trouble. Center fielder over, grabs it. And we'll flip the lineup back over as 2 outs. And it's been, these teams have got to work on fundamentals. It's so hard to watch, Alan. All right, Wong Young Mook stepping in. He struck out looking in his first at bat to lead off the bottom of the 1st. Runner on first base is Shea Jae-hoon. He does not have any speed, even though they tried to steal a base with him earlier, and that is outside. Ball 1, 1-0. Good thing they're playing in Jamshil. That would have been a home run if they were playing in Daegu. All right, the 1-0 pitch. That is going to be slapped into left field. Might score a run as he cuts it off. And the throw to 3rd as Wang Young Mook will have a 2-outs double, and Hanwha will have two runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Can they get to a starter? Again, they have one earned run against a starter this week. This is game 6, ladies and gentlemen. This is game 6 of the week. They have one earned run. All right, An Chi-hong steps in. The first pitch is a grounded foul. Those ball boys got to work on their abilities too down there. An Chi-hong hitting 91 on the season, struck out swinging in his first at bats. In one hit on the season for the very, very expensive second baseman, as he does not go, and that's outside 1-1. Just missed outside. The umpire calls time and says, "Wrap it up. Give us it." All right, the 1-1 pitch to An Chi-hong. Fouls that away, 1-2. All right, pitch number 49. Already 21 pitches coming up here for Oler in the third inning. And the 1-2 way, way outside. And it's 2-2. Man, these lenses on these cameras look awful. And the 2-2 doesn't go. And we've got another full count. Third full count of this inning is running that pitch clock up, or pitch count up. And it's 22 pitches through this inning, and he's still got runners on second and third. And he walks the bases loaded. That's going to bring up Florial. Let me fix those bases for you guys. There we go. Sorry, I had Shimu Jun on base, and we know that was a lie. All right, Florial steps in 0 for 1 on the day as he looks at ball one that runs inside 1-0. Oler is struggling here in the third inning. We're going to have a little mound visits. What inning did he give up his? No, he struggled in the first inning in his opening game. In the third inning, he went 1, 2, 3 with 2 Ks. First 4 games, 0 for 17. 3-game hitting streak right here with a chance to put Hanwha up. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fouled away, 1-1. Hanwha looking for their first lead against a starting pitcher this week. All right, the 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside, and that's way outside. As Ohlert really looking at getting ready to throw pitch number 27 in this inning. Cruise through the first 2 innings. Comes the 2-1. Misses outside, 3-1. It is cold here in Korea this weekend. Very, very cold yesterday. A little warmer today, but not much. He may be struggling to get a good grip on these baseballs. All right, the 3-1, bases loaded, 2 outs, and a swing and a miss there, and another full count, 4th full count of this inning. Does he go back to that? All right, what does he go with? What does he go with, ladies and gentlemen? And here comes the 3-2, sets up on the outside. He fouls away, ball 4, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch. All right, let's do this one more time. Another 3-2 pitch. Pitch number 30 of the inning. And fouls it away, and we'll have another pitch. He's really only throwing. He's going fastball, slider, mainly fastballs. I don't think he has confidence in any of his other off speed pitches. And the 3-2 pitch. Foul away again. 152. I can't believe you took Chaewon Jun over Reyes. I I think those fries are getting to your head, man. All right, the 3-2 pitch misses way, way inside, and that'll put Hanwha on the board in the bottom of the third. They take their first lead against a starting pitcher this week, ladies and gentlemen. First lead against a starting pitcher this week, and they've still got the bases loaded. You can tell how difficult it is for Hanwha to score some runs, as they are super pumped up about that ball 4. Now you got to start worrying about Oler's pitch count. Thrown 32 pitches here in the 3rd inning, and that pitch count is now up into 60s. You and Jen just been hanging out in the dugouts. No, Shiwan steps in. He struck out in his first at bat. And just catches a piece of the bottom, and it's 0-1. No Shuan started out the season so promising, home runs in the first 2 games, and since then he has been all right. The 0-1 pitch lays off of that. That's a good sign for Hanwha. Lotte, who hit the home run. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Foul. Not sitting up. The young first baseman. All right, here we go. 1-2 pitch to Noshu on a chance for Hanwha to open this game up. Swing and a miss at a pitch at his eyes. That'll do it for Hanwha. They leave the bases loaded, but they do get a run on a walk. And I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, for the top of the fourth. It's 1-0 Hanwha. All right, I'm back. Welcome, Sir Curry. Oh, we got the top of the fourth inning. Hanwha takes the lead on a bases loaded walk, and Yunjin back out on the mound. Nosung Bomb will lead off. 292 on the season, 0 for 1 on the day. He has the first strikeout of the day up there on the K board. And here comes the first pitch. And that ball was fouled away, but he broke his bat. Or he lost his bat, one of the two. But it's 0-1. Lost his bat. All right. Now we're ready once again. After he's got his bats back, got some sticky stuff on it, and the 0-1 pitch holds up, and it's 1-1. And Kia has had a base runner every inning. That runs up and in. This is where it could get interesting. It's cold outside. Ryujin just sat for quite a while as Hanwha had the very, very long inning there. And The 0-1, that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. It's 2-2. Let's see. And that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. Yuan Jen tries the kick save, but it just gets past. And they've got another base runner on, and we'll see if they can finally get a hit with somebody on base. That is the definition of right back, as it went almost kick saved by the pitcher and bounced right over second base. And Che Young-woo steps in. First pitch grounds that to the right side. He fell down to his knee, and they've got their first hit with a runner on base, ladies and gentlemen. And they now got runners on first and second with nobody out. And Byung Yuk coming up. Are they going to bunt, ladies and gentlemen? Who got hurt? Oh, their pitcher. Go Young Kyo. Well, he is a righty, though. Alan, he is not a rookie, dude. As he lays off of that. No. Oh, sorry, not Byung Yuk. Yu Sung, as he lays off of that. And Alan, that guy's been in the league for 8 years. All right, the 1-0. As that's going to be a slow roller. 5, 4, 3. Double play. That'll move Nasung Bomb over to third base, but quickly 2 away on that slow roller to Noshiwan over at third base. And again, Nasung Bomb does go to third base, but another double play with runners on base. And good Lord, does Kia look rough with runners on base? Now Byung comes up, and that's going to be a single to left. They get their 1 run back, and Byung is going to, hold up at first base. And just like that, the Hanwha lead against a starter lasted 3 outs. 3 outs, ladies and gentlemen. 3 outs. Yonuyuk comes back to burn his old team with the RBI single. All right, Sogon Chan fouls that one away. All right, Sogon Chan. And in there for a strike. 0-2. No, not happening. And a swing and a miss. That'll be strikeouts number 3 for Yuhan Jin. But he gives the lead up, and it is a tie game going into the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-1 now. I'm wearing a Hanwha uniform today. What are you talking about? Look, see? Oh, over here. It just happens to be a Ryuhun Jin cartoon monster uniform, but nonetheless. The bottom of Hanwha's order coming up. Cheon Song will lead things off. Yuan Jin again gives up the lead. Hanwha does have 2 hits. One. Yuan Jin's pitch count at least real good. 46 through 4 innings. Oler, on the other hand, and not so good. All right, Oler back out there. 64 pitches so far. And that's a beautiful pitch in there for a strike to Cheon Sung. And it's 0-1. He's looking good. That pitch count certainly helps. And the 0-1 swung on at a pitch right off the bottom of the plate. Might have been higher than the if he would have been on a tee. Right. Here comes pitch number 67. It's guaranteed to be a strike, ladies and gentlemen. And did he go around? He did not. Looks like the grass is settled in fine in the grass seating out in the outfield. If you look at the the picture, I took this in the off season, and that's just a big pile of dirt right at the bottom of whatever screen you're looking at. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Nope, I'm gonna have time called. As Kim Tae-yun is messing with his pitch com. And here comes the 1-2. That's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman cuts off the shortstop, throws, and 1 away. I thought, well, you said Bae Hyung Jung, which is a rookie, but that's not who's on the mound. Chaewon Jun is on the mound, that's who I thought was on the mound. And 0-2. Check down on the first base. Yeah, 61 is Chaewon Jun. That's who I thought it was. And the 0-2, and that hits Kim Tae-yun in the arm. Kind of stuck his arm out there a little bit, but nonetheless, he'll be on first base with a hit by pitch. A little sneaky there. Yeah, Oler thought the same thing. All right, Im Jong Chan steps in and a swing and a miss on the outside. Im Jong Chan 0 for 1 on the day, flew out to left field to Nasung Bom back in the third inning. Kim Tae-yun with a little arm action to get a little hit by a pitch, get on base, whatever you got to do to get on base, right? And here comes the 0-1. Pops him up. Byung-yuk giving chase in foul territory and makes the catch. That will be 2 away. Shea Jae-hoon coming up. He started the rally last inning with a single, and then he scored the lone Hanwha run off of the Florial basis loaded walk. All right, shakes the bat and looks at a strike just on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Oler sitting at 74 pitches now. Obviously, should be able to get through 5 innings, but getting deeper is going to be an issue. And the 0-1 pops it up, but out of play. There is basically halfway past first base whenever, you would say it goes from infield to outfield. There's no room at all in foul territory. Basically, you have enough room for the dirt. Right, here comes the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, the goes to second, and he's in there. Kim Tae-yun with a stolen base. Showing off the wheels, ladies and gentlemen. Showing off the wheels. Junjanu hit by pitch and a stolen base has moved Kim Tae-yun into scoring position. It was a ball, so a 1-0. And the 1-2 and hits him. That's the second hit by pitch is this inning. Hanwha now has runners on first and second. Shea Jae-hoon in the last 5 years has been hit more than any other pitcher. That was right on the elbow. Takes an absolute beating between being back behind the plate and then getting hit by the pitch all the time. But that's going to bring up is Shimu Jun. Shimu Jun had runner on base last inning and ended up popping up the center field and looks at strike one. Oler again still struggling with his command. The 0-1 pitch lays off of it, and it's 1-1. 4 full counts last inning, including 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches here in this inning. And Hanwha is doing their best to get into that Kia bullpen that they've demolished the last 2 days. And the 1-1 pitch fouled away. Nice catch out there. And he gives it to some girl. Doesn't even give it to his wife or whoever's standing next to him. Oh, a little kid, I guess. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Shimu Jun hitting under half of the Mendoza line and lays off of that, and it's 2-2. Shimu Jun has I believe 2 hits this season. You have 2 or just yeah? I think he had a hit yesterday. Yep, 2 for 20 on the season, 2 for 21 now with his fly out in the first or second inning, third inning. And that is ripped foul and stays 2-2. Same issue that Nail had on Friday. He would get up 0-2 or he would get 2 strikes on the guys and he just could not get out of the innings and that ran his pitch count up. Looks like Oler is running into the same issue. All right, the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a single into the gap. Center fielder cuts it off. Kim Tae-yeon is going to come home. And they take the lead back with an RBI single here in the bottom of the fourth. And they'll have runners on the corner for the top of the lineup once again as Wang Young Mook will step in with runners on the corner. He is just not able to put these guys away. Giving up RBI, go ahead RBIs to the number 9 hitter is never a pretty thing. All right, Wang Young Mook steps in. He's 1 for 2. He had a double in his last at bat, which was just last inning. Checks over at the runner at first. Very possible to have a little league double steal thing. That's right. And here comes the first pitch. And that's going to be a ball, and it's 1-0. Wang Young Mook, again, he may strike out, but he sees a lot of pitches. He fouls a lot off. And Shimu Jun goes and is easily in there. Third stolen base of the day for Hanwha. No, second stolen base. Sorry. Second stolen base this inning. All right, the 2-0 pitch. That's slapped foul, 2-1. In last year, Hanwha was the worst base running team in the league. They were, I think, almost 100 points below the number 9 team in the league in far as successful stolen bases. So they do have the bigger bases. They have the pitch clock, which is going to help, and they're taking advantage of the guys of the players. That's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman cuts it off, and that will be a 5-3 ground out as Hanwha gets the lead back, and we'll go to the top of the fifth. It's 2-1 Hanwha. 2-1 Hanwha. Long Young move, not able to come up twice with some big oh, who knows? No one knows. I don't know. Anybody that says they do is lying to themselves. have to see if I would say I don't know what over means. I don't know what number you're saying. But Kia's bullpen is going to be coming out pretty soon. His Oler has thrown 49 pitches in his last 2 innings. Oler 87 pitches versus Ryuhan Jen, who's sitting at 46. All right, Kim Tae-goon will lead things off, the number 8 hitter for but I don't know what number. Don't you have like a set number? And I don't know a lot about betting, but I thought you had a like a number that you had to pick over or under. Thank you, Crispy. As that is ball 1. Ryun Jen 3 strikeouts through the first 3 innings, and that's misses upstairs. Kia gets 6 runs or Kia gives up 6 runs. And here comes the 2-0 in there for a strike, 2-1. And that's going to be a 6-3 ground out. A second 6-3 ground out for him. And we'll go get up 6 runs would mean they would have to score, and it would have to be 8-2. Again, do I think Kia is going to give up more runs? Yes. Do I think Kia is going to give up a lot more runs? Yes. All right, here comes Kim Gyu Sung, the number 9 hitter, as he looks at ball 1 on the outside. And the 1-0 pitch has slapped foul, and it's 1-1. Kim Gyu Sung singled in his last at bat, his only at bat. He's 1 for 1 on the day. And Ryunjin pitching well. He has ran into base runners every inning, though. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Misses inside, and it's 2-1. So a leadoff single in the first, a leadoff double in the second, a 1-out single in the third, and then two leadoff singles in the fourth. And that's going to be a ground ball right back to Yunjin. That tosses it over to first, and that will be 2 away. First time he has been able to retire the first 2 batters so far today. And they'll flip the lineup back over. But I guess that is supposed to be, when is the bullpen in? I don't know. How tall are you? In there for a strike on a beautiful curveball. Park Jae-hyun, 4-6 ground out in his last at bat, and a single and stolen base in his first, and that's popped up. Choi Jae-hoon giving chase, but a little skip, and it's out of play. 0-2. Oh, you're 6'1"? I mean, you should be able to dunk if you're over 6 foot. I'm 6 foot, and I can't dunk because I'm fat and out of shape. All right, the 0-2 pitch, and that's way upstairs. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and he gets looking at a ball that might have just gotten a loose stitch, grabbing the outside of the zone. And we'll go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 2-1 Hanwha. First inning that's Ryun Jin has not had a base runner. The 12 pitches that inning, only 58 pitches now through. Ryun Jin, 58 pitches through 5 innings. Ryun Jin's probably like, man, and if I let the bullpen come in, they're definitely going to blow any lead I have. I'm just going to throw a complete game. Four strikeouts now for Ryun Jin. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh. All right, it's bottom of the fifth here. Oler's still, I assume, still out there. Bullpen getting loose for Kia. And Oler's still out there, but 87 pitches, and his last couple innings have been rough. 26 pitches in the third inning, 23 pitches in the fourth inning, 4 full counts in the third inning, 2 hit by pitches in his last inning, and the first pitch is in there for a strike against An Chi-hong. An Chi-hong did walk in his last at bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day, averaged down to 91, and runs inside, and 1-1. And most foreign guys are going to throw 100 pitches per game, maybe up to 110. We'll see how many he throws. Probably just try to get him through this inning. And that's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Or sorry, 1-2. My bad. My bad. My bad. And that's low. If Kia's lucky, they come in next inning. If Hanwha is lucky, they come in this inning. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, and he lifts that to right field. Nasang bomb over and 1 away. And that's going to bring up Florial. He had an RBI walk in his first at bats. And misses inside. 1-0. 115 now on the season for the Hanwha center fielder, and looks at ball 2. He has had plenty of walks, though. We'll say that. And he's, as far as WAR goes, he's one of the top guys on the team with a .08 WAR. As that's way outside, and it's 3-0. He should be taken the whole way. So 3 hits, but 4 walks, 7 strikeouts in 7 games. And the 3-0, that's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. Running close to that 100 magic number where the on all of the broadcasts it turns red. Is that's going to be a liner into the gap or into the corner, and that hits the bottom of the padding. Oh, and Florio wipes out going to pass in seconds. He was going to be in there at third, but tripped and fell and will only have himself a double. That's going to be replayed on plenty of broadcast later. It hit right inside the foul line, and then after that, it hit the bottom of the padding of the wall. You know, if anybody's ever been in an actual the stadium, the padding on the wall is pretty hard, but it hit the bottom, which is really soft, and just died. So Florio turned to look at the ball where it was and got his feet tripped up and had to go back because when he tripped up his feet, he actually missed the bag. Luckily, he wasn't thrown out trying to get back to second. Yeah, and here comes the 0-1 pitch to Noshiwan. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts for Noshiwan. Oh, and they just got him in a rundown. Throw to seconds. Throw to third. And he is out. That's, ladies and gentlemen, could be up for the worst base running series of the history of baseball. And that'll go down as a 1-4-5-6 kickoff. Wouldn't have happened if he was standing on third base. And the 0-1, that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman coming in hard. The throw across and in time. The double goes to naught as the poor base running ends the fifth. We'll go to a break. I'll be back in just a few. It's 2-1 Hanwha. Alrighty. Should be back in just a few. Wisdom will lead things off for the Kia KT. It's Haggis. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a fly out to left, and that's ball one, 1-0. So through 5, Yuan Jin settled in after struggling with command early. As Wisdom says, goodbye. Welcome to the second half of the game, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-0. It's 2-2 as Wisdom homers for the third straight game in the new stadium. And it is 2-2. Kim Tae-yeon didn't even move, just looked at the ball flying over the wall. As Na-sung Bam steps in and he looks at strike one. All right, at the 0-1 pitch to Na-sung Bam, and that's and Wisdom's parents look like, I'm going to guess. And that is lifted into center field. Yeah, I couldn't tell. They were showing both fielders chasing the ball. As that is going to be one away. 125 meters, 167 off the bats, 28-degree launch angle, and zero doubts about it's a home run. And corner again to the corner is only 99 here. And I mean, that was over. If it was a green monster, it would have been gone. There's the swing there, and it's 0-1. All right, Chae Young-woo singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 and looks at ball one inside, and it's 1-1. Oh, Chae Young-woo. Yeah. And 1-1, and that's going to be foul, and it's 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Did he go? The umpire says no. Chae Jae-hoon is one of the greatest actors. First time Wisdom has ever gotten a hit against Ryun Jin. Again, 2 at-bats, 2 strikeouts in the majors. 2 at-bats and 1 strikeout here in Korea. And that is going to run the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for Kia and Ryun Jin. As they walked in, Yu Sung walked in the second inning on the other. And slaps that one foul, and we'll have another one. All right, here comes the 3-2. Sticks the bat out, fouls another one off, and it stays 3-2. Giving out some souvenirs to the Kia faithful that have gone to the game. Yeah. Right, another 3-2 count here. And another one we'll have as that's fouled away. 8 pitches now in 9 pitches. Sorry. And that's going to be a little grounder or liner. I'm not sure what. But anyway, the Chan Song takes it himself, and that'll be 2 away. I'm gonna have to go check out the stadium and see how high that netting is. And I live a few blocks from the Hanwha Stadium. Is That's a swing and a miss from Yu Sung. 0-1. I haven't been there since they've fully finished it. Last time I went by there was about 3 weeks ago for the filming. Is That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. All right, here comes the 0-2. That's going to be chopped foul. Stays 0-2. Ryun Jin sitting at 75 pitches now. Why do I have it? That's going to be lifted. I don't know why it says 5 strikeouts. He doesn't have 5. That's going to be a fly ball to right field. There, now it's fixed. That's weird. But Wisdom ties it up too on another solo shot. His 3rd home run in 3 games here in Hanwha's new stadium. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's tied up 2-2. But Hanwha is going to get a chance to get into that bullpen of Kia because I have to think that Oler is done with 99 pitches. I have to think that he's done. Ryun Jin sitting at 76 pitches. Chan Sung will lead things off for Hanwha on the bottom of the 6th. Hanwha just cannot keep leads. They are going to go down, and once again, they have not beat a starter this season. All 3 of their wins have come against the bullpens. Wang Dong-ha will come in to pitch for Kia. I'll get that changed on the boards. Wang Dong-ha, 4 games, 6 innings, 7.50 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 1 home run given up. And he did start a lot last year. The bullpen giving up hits at ERA of 9, a 369 batting average against, and an OPS of 997 against this Kia bullpen. It is not good. The starting pitching has been perfectly fine, but now what do we got? We've got some time as the umpires are out on the mound and discussing something. maybe dinner reservations or something. Looks like they're complaining about the dirt on the field. And I will say this, I remember Ponce was continue to kick up the dirt. He was not happy. Had a couple times where he slipped. We'll see. Waiting for an announcement. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Waiting and waiting and waiting. They are again trying to, looks like, fix the mound. You can see a couple foot spots. Brand new dirt. Must have got it from Timu or something. Ite Yang warming up in the bullpen. Wang Dongha still warming up. So it looks like there's a giant divot in the dirt where the pitchers land. No. So the thing is in Korea we have like our Amazon is coupon. But it's way better. Like way better. And then so a lot of the stuff, like I don't buy stuff from Temu. There are advertisements for Temu, but most of the like cheap stuff that I buy, I can just buy it on our Amazon company, and then obviously AliExpress also. So, and they are. Working on the ground in front of right where the pitcher lands, and it's all torn up. You can see the clay underneath at this point. Yeah, I don't have my buttons all set up for music anymore. That's why. That's my getting ready to end the day music. Still waiting on them to work on the ground. They've got 7 guys working on the ground. Wang Dong Ha just playing catch over there. But so kind of Amazon. We don't have Amazon. You can order from Amazon. It's kind of nice for 49. Anything over $49 gets free delivery. But we have something better. It's called Coupon. Next day delivery, morning delivery. I order food and it's delivered by 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. the next day. Then again, there's advertisements for Temu, but a lot of the stuff, if we want cheap Chinese stuff, we use AliExpress. It's just as fast, but it's better, or it's not quite as cheap as Temu, but basically there's a equivalent to everything that there is in the US except for like Home Depot and Lowe's. There's no such thing in this country as like a place to go buy. Like they have like little bitty tiny like little shops that sell bolts and nuts and stuff, but yeah, there's no big box store to, if you like, oh, I need a hose for some plumbing, or I need a tool, there you can't go someplace and get it. Like, it doesn't exist. All right, he is warming up now, so I think maybe we'll be back. Che Ji-min also warming up in the bullpen. And still just waiting. They had to fix there was a big basic hole right where the pitchers would land as they're throwing. Hanwha with the two-tiered system. All right, now we're ready. Che Sung steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. 5-3 ground out and a 6-3 ground out, hitting .261 on the season now. Wang Dong Ha takes over for Oler. Oler, the not a good starts. 5 innings, 99 pitches, 62 for strikes, four hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Only gave up 2 runs. Both of them earned, as that is ball 1. And he walked in the go-ahead runner. It's real hard, actually. Like it's not a thing in Korea. Like doing home improvement is not a thing. Like you call someone to do everything here, as that's 1-1 and fouled away, and it's 1-2. You gotta watch it. And here comes the pitch. Maybe the 1-2 pitch. Swings and misses at a pitch way out of the zone, and that's going to be strikeouts number 1 for the reliever, and 1 away. Oops, I was not supposed to be having it. All right, 1 away here, and Kim Tae-yeon will step in. Kim Tae-yeon, a hit by pitch, a strikeout, looking, and ball 1 on the outside. So Kim Tae-yeon struck out looking in his first at bat. A little stuck out his arm to get hit in his second at bat. Stole a base, scored a run, and looks at ball 2, 2-0. And the 2-0 just misses outside, 3-0. He just hoping to get out of this series with 1 win, as that runs in, and that's going to be ball 4. Walked him on 4 straight pitches, and Hanwha will have the go-ahead run on base. They just cannot get this bullpen figured out. It was pretty solid last year. They only lost one guy who went to LG, but he's actually been hurt, so he's not even pitching for LG. As that misses upstairs, and now it's 1-0 as he's thrown 5 straight balls. And I mean, technically, he's thrown 6 because the pitch to Chan Sung was also a ball. And Im Jong Chan 0 for 2 on the day with a fly ball to right and a pop fly in foul territory to the third baseman. Checks over on Kim Tae-yeon, and he's in there safely. Hanwha does have 2 stolen bases. In the 4th inning, Kim Tae-yeon stole a base, and then also Shimu Jun stole a base back in the 4th inning. And here comes the pitch, the 1-0. And that's going to be a ground ball right to the second shortstop. Throws to second baseman, not in time, as Im Jong Chan is going to be able to beat out the play, and that'll go down as a little 6-4. It was a long toss by the shortstop. Long toss by the shortstop. Probably should have thrown it with Im Jong Chan, who's a left-hander and moves fairly well. But that'll put Im Jong Chan on first base, and that'll be 2 out, though. And that misses low. Choi Jae-hoon on base twice today with a single and a run scored in his first at-bat, and then a hit by pitch in his second at-bat. 1 for 1 on the day. And looks at strike 1 on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. You can see it, Choi Jae-hoon. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Way outside at 2-1. Wang Dong-ha, plenty of starts last year, so he could easily go multiple innings. Did pitch on Friday, 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit. Has not pitched well this year. Again, 7.50 ERA. But last year, again, he did have plenty of starts. That is going to be a liner right to Na-sung Bam, and that will be 3 away. We'll go to the 7th. It's tied up at deuces. But will Yuan Jin come back out for another inning is the question. As 0 for 2 with runners on base. They've now stranded 7. Stranded 7. Yono Yok will lead off the inning. He has the 1 RBI. He has the first RBI that tied the game up back in the 4th inning before Wisdom was able to tie it back up again in the top of the 6th last inning. So Yuan Jin sitting at 76 pitches through his 6 innings. Lee Tae-yong is warming up, so we'll see. And they are going to bring in Lee Tae-yong. So that'll be it for Yuan Jin. Only 4 strikeouts, 76 pitches. Didn't pitch bad. Definitely did not pitch bad. Again, they are not letting him throw very many pitches. No, Lee Tae-yong will come in. He is also not pitched well this season. I'll get the stats once they pop up, or if they don't, I will look them up myself. So we are into the bullpens for both of these teams now. Lee Tae-yong out on the mound. 3 games, 2 innings, 1 strikeouts, 4 walks. And that's the big thing there is the 4 walks. So in Friday's game against Kia, He gave up a hit and a walk. Didn't record an out. So the reason why Hanwha has won this weekend is because their bullpens has not given up runs. Now the thing is they've used their closer the last 2 days. So even if they do get a lead, who's going to close the game? So the first pitch is a ball, and it's 1-0. Yanayuk again 1 for 2 on the day. Lined out to, or a little soft liner to the shortstop back in the second inning. A single and an RBI in his last at bat in the fourth. And that is going to be a single in front of the left fielder. And for the second straight at bats, he is on base. And once again, Lee Tae-yong struggling to get outs against Kia. That's going to bring up Sogun Chan. We're going to have a pinch runner here. It's a Hong Jong Pyo, it looks like. Yep, Hong Jong Pyo. Sogun Chan, a chance as he drops down the bunts. He's going to have to go to first, and that's going to be a horrible throw. But the sacrifice bunt moves the runner over. We'll now have a runner on second base for the bottom of the order, Kim Tae-gun. Little one hopper to the second baseman who's covering first on that play. Wang Young Mook with a good first baseman-esque scoop. Kim Sun Bin will pinch hit here for Kim Tae-gun as they are doing their best to put this game away at this point. No, Kim Sun Bin will pinch hit for Kim Tae-gun, and again, you got a pinch runner on third base for Byung-yuk. Hong Jong Pyo, I believe is his name. He is also a third baseman, so he should stick in there at third base. And then Han Tae-soo, I believe is his name, will come in for Kia to play. Han Jun-soo will come in to take over for Kim Tae-gun. All right, the first pitch outside, ball one. I think I've got everything situated there. Lee Tae-yong, 4 pitches. There we go. All right, Kim Sun Bin, again, pinch hitting 417 on the season. One of the lone offensive bright spots is that looks a strike just at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. No, Kim Sun Bin, he usually doesn't play on Sundays, I should say. He's 1 for 4 in the series. Didn't play yesterday either. Or he played, but just 1 at bat. Not a guy that strikes out a lot. He makes really good contacts. 10 hits on the season, only 2 strikeouts. I believe one of those was Friday night, though. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Kim Sun Bin. And outside, 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be lifted. A center fielder given chase and is not able to make the catch, and that's going to score a run as Kim Sung Min comes up with the RBI double, pinch hits, and they will take the lead 3-2. And I'd said it before, Itaeyong has not hit well. Florio really looked lost on that ball into center field. I thought it was going to be catchable, but he really didn't get a good jump as he made his first step in, but then had to turn and did not take a good route to the ball, and it slowly hopped and rolled as Itaeyong will be done for the day. As again, he has not pitched well. This is the first run he's given up, but at the same time, he has not pitched well. And again, we'll have a pitching change here as you've now got Kim Sun Bin out on second base, maybe. We'll see if they have a pinch runner. And they do. Park Jung-woo will pinch hit here, or pinch run. So we'll have Kim Sun Bin did his job. That'll put in, let's see here, see if I can get all this stuff figured out. Oh, Park Jung-woo will pinch run, which means that they will probably have another change somewhere. Yeah. So coming in to pitch is going to be Jodon Ook for Hanwha, the left-hander. He did also come in to relieve uh, Moon Dong-ju. I really just think it's about time for Lee Tae-yong to hang up the cleats. He just hasn't had it. He struggled with a couple years ago, really struggled, and struggled last year with injuries, and now he's just not really had it. So Jo Dong-wook comes in again, one game, 1.2 innings, 3 walks. He is a guy that isn't going to strike a lot of guys out. He's young. Last year was his rookie year. Did start a couple games last year, but he struggles with command. He really struggles with command. And so we'll see if he has the command today, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Kim Gyu-sung out. So Park Jung-woo is taking over for Kim Sun Bin, who pinch hit for Kim Tae-gun. And Kim Gyu-sung steps in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He singled in back in the third inning. And then a comebacker to Yun Jin back in the fifth. And that's going to be a shot. That's going to be trouble, as that's in the gap. And that is going to roll to the wall. Another run will come in as another RBI double puts Kia up 2 or by 2, 4-2, as this is making it difficult for me here, as all these substitutions and changes and everything else. And I think I've got it all fixed now. I think your screens are correct. All right. These bullpens are not good. All right, that's going to bring up Park Jae-hyun. Park Jae-hyun led off the game with a single and a stolen base. Since then, he's 0-for-2, 1 for 3 on the day, with a single, a 4-6 ground out, and a strikeout looking in his last at bats. Looks at strike one there, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch, this is low, 1-1. So that run will be charged to Lee Tae-yong, as again, 2 outings this series, and not good. All right, the 1-1 pitch, lefty versus lefty here. And he slaps it foul, and it's 1-2. We got a day full of good games, man. I could have been streaming any of these. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch way down in the zone. And that's two away. Righty. That's going to bring up Wisdom. Wisdom, a absolute moonshot in his last at bats. 261 now on the season for him. 3 home runs this weekend in this series. 1 for 3 on the day, and that's a little strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Oh, flew out to left in his first at bat, struck out in his second at bat, and then homered way up the netting in left field in his last at bat to tie the game at 2. And the 4-2 there in there for a strike. Now, can Kia's bullpen hold this lead? Are we going to have ourselves a little roller coaster? Hanwha fan praying his girlfriend doesn't hit him in the head with those bats on the way home. All right, the 0-2. Bounce in the dirt, and that's going to move the runner over to third base. Wild pitch and a 1-2 counts now. Kim Gyu-sung heads over to third base. Another wild pitch like that, and you've got yourself a 3-run lead. All right, the 1-2 pitch to Wisdom. Runner on third, and time is called. Pitch number 10 for Joe Donuk. Here comes. That's going to be a ground ball. Noshiwan not able to make the play, and that's going to score another run. Kia takes a 5. To lead. Just bullpens. Noshiwan probably should have made that play. He had his glove on it, but he pulled his glove up as it just went off the bottom of it. He fields it a little bit cleaner. May not have been able to get Wisdom over at first, but he probably could have stopped the run from scoring. As Wisdom now over its first base. That's going to bring up a Nasung Bomb. 1 for 3 on the day. He struck out in his first, singled in his second, and then a fly out to center in his last at bat. Looks at ball 1 on the outside, 1-0. 308 on the season for the Kia Capitan. And the 1-0, big swing there. 1-1. That pitch, that swing was trying to put this game out of reach. All right, the 1-1 pitch. He fouls it off of the catcher and off of the camera. The umpire has a camera on the top of his mask, and he had a camera on the top of his mask. It is no longer there. Is it just, I don't know if it's shattered or not, but a little check swing right off of the bottom of the helmet cam, and it went flying into pieces. So I'm sure we're going to have another little break. I don't know if they're going to replace it. I don't think so. I didn't see him picking up. It looks like there's a big chunk back behind, right to the side. But we've got ourselves a 1-2 count and a swing and a miss, and that's going to end the top of the seventh for Kia. But they put up three on two singles and two doubles. We'll go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 5-2 Kia. 5-2 Kia, Kia. Bullpens, bullpens, bullpens. And once again, Yuan Jin pitches really well. 76 pitches through 6 innings, but the bullpen immediately blows it. Hanwha will have Shimu Jun leading things off. He came up with a big RBI back in the fourth inning. That's the one that put Hanwha up 2-1 at the time. But Kia has scored 4 runs since then. Thank you, doggy. I don't even know what to do. I don't know how. It's supposed to read something, but you didn't type anything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. Dougie, next or not next time, but if anybody does those, you got to type something because I got a really awesome Konglish speaking lady that reads your comments with a awful Korean accent. All right, we are going to the bullpen once again. Kia bringing in Che Ji-min, the lefty, 4 games, 3.1 innings, a one hold, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Hasn't given up an earned run yet, though. So we'll also have some other changes for Kia. I'll get them as soon as I can find them. So Che Ji-min out there. Get this changed as much as quickly as possible. All right, there we go. First pitch is a ball. All right, so otherwise, so Park Chung-woo stays in left field. Hong Chang-kyo stays at third. Yu Sung is out, and Han Jun-soo will take over his spot. So let me get to that change. Is that's ball two. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'll give you any information I can. I just won't tell you what to do with it. And here comes the 2-0. That misses low, 3-0. The number 5 hitter is done. Han Jun-soo. Yeah, you can type. Well, I think you could type anything except for like cuss words and like I also have like political words obviously stopped for a very specific reason. And the 3-1 in there for a strike and 3-2. First full counts of the day for the Kia bullpen. And he's only thrown 5 pitches, not 6. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a single, maybe more, into the corner. Nasung Bomb goes over to cut it off. Shimu Jun is going to cruise into second base, and he's got himself a leadoff double. Second hit of the day for him. full counts double into right field has given Hanwha some life. All right, it's back to fixing stuff. Okay, I think your stuff is all set up correctly now. All right. All right. Wong Young Mook steps in, a 1 for 3 on the day with a double, a strikeout looking, and a 5-3 ground out, and that misses upstairs. These bullpens are atrocious. All right. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. 2-0. I wonder if I wonder how these pitchers feel about the dirt at the mound because they don't look comfortable at all on the mound. Again, Ponce pitched well on Friday, but still complained about it. Is that's going to be a strike on the outside, and it's 2-1 now. 146 on the gun from the left side. And the 2-1 pitch way upstairs over Wong Young Mook's head, and that's gonna make it 3-1 now. Again, you do have first base open, Wong Young Mook, and then Anchi Hong is on deck. Hanwha hasn't used any of their bench yet versus Kia, who's made some defensive substitutions. And the 3-1 and fouled away in another full count here. He's come in and he's had 2 full counts now. And Hanwha at this point, again, winless against any starters. Oler didn't pitch well. Wang Dong Ha did pitch well out of the bullpen, as that's going to be another foul. Picks up some dirt as Han Jun Soo has to take off the mask and fix it. Oh, Hanwha's got nothing but solar panels up there. Good to see. Could have fit a couple more in there, but be interesting to see how many get shattered from foul balls. All right, here comes the 3-2, and that's going to be low, and he's going to walk them on as Hanwha now has runners on first and second with nobody out. That means it's time for everybody's favorites, a bunt. Are they going to bunt down 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th? It is Hanwha. It is a possibility. Or are we going to have a new pitcher here as the 2 lefties are done? Welcome, Nick. I thought you've been silent. I thought maybe you scored yourself a ticket to this game too and went to go watch. Ah, all right, here we go. Runner on first and second. An Chi Hong was chit chatting with the old third base coach. We'll see what happens here. Che Ji Min is saying, or the umpire is telling Che Ji Min, you got to wait till he puts his hand on the bat before you can start your motion. And first pitch is fouled away. Oops, wrong button. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Joe Nonuk. So Che Ji Min now, 14 pitches, has yet to record an out. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Um, as that's in the dirt, but he's able to block it. A little, not a bad word, but I'm not reading that. Thank you, by the way. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Chi Hong up 0 for 2 on the day, and that's going to be low, and it's 2-1. Struck out in his first at bat, walked in his second at bats, and then flew out to right in his third at bat. So walked with two runners on back in the third. That was able to get Florio his RBI walk. And the 2-1 pitch, and that's going to be lifted into the gap. The center fielder sticks his glove out and makes a great catch and just closed the gap, stuck his glove out, makes the catch. And what's a bad break for Hanwha? Full sprint, jumps, sticks the glove out, and finds a piece of candy inside of it. Shimu Jun had to backtrack and tagged up. He was able to go to third base, though. And Hanwha now has runners on the corners with 1 out. All right. Here comes a Florial, and that's fouled away, and it's 0-1. Florial did have a. It's weird. He did have a double in his last at bats. He should have had a triple, but he fell rounding second base and then was picked off. All right, the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a check swing back to the pitcher. He's going to toss it home. That was a stupid play by the pitcher. Absolutely stupid. You're up by 3 runs. You need outs, not worried about the runner at home. He picks it up with his glove, tosses it to the catcher. Shimu Jun slides in, and Hanwha scores a run. That was the absolutely dumbest possible play that pitcher could have done. Wow. Absolutely dumb play by the pitcher. A little check swing dribbler to the pitcher, scoops it, throws instead of just setting his feet and throwing out the runner at first. Absolutely awful play by the pitcher. The Hanwha's now got runners at first and second. Why did they replay that? It was obvious that he was safe. Maybe they were just trying to save some time, use some time up so that they could get him out of there. And that is it for him. He knows he messed up there. He knows he messed up bad. And he will go to the showers. And while he does that, we'll have ourselves a little pitching change. As the woes and woes and woes continue for the Kia bullpen. Wow, what an awful play. We'll see who's coming in. That could be one of those game-changing situations right there. Jo Sang-woo will come in. more examples of players just not thinking about who's in what positions. But Joe Sang-woo comes out 4 games, 2 innings, 1 loss, 1 hold, a 4.50 ERA, 1 strikeout to 2 walks. He is a came to Kia in a trade, a former Kium hero. I believe he'll be a free agent after this season too. Kia with 3 big free agents in this offseason, 3 A-level. So they'll have Pak Chan-ho, who is widely considered the best second or shortstop in the league. He'll be a free agent. This guy, Joe Sang-woo, will be a free agent, who's a pretty good reliever, is that catches the top of the zone. No Shiwan has not had a good day. He's 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts and a 5-3 ground out. He's had plenty of opportunities throughout the season to knock in runs, and he just hasn't been able to do it. This is a chance for him to get that first homer over that right field wall, as that's outside 1-1. Again, the wall in right field is only 95 meters from home in the corner, but there's like a 8-meter high wall or something like that. I don't know exactly the levels of it, but it is big, and that's outside 2-1. Again, he says, "Wait till the batter puts his hands on his bats before you start to get your motion and everything going." All right, the 2-1 pitch fouled straight back, and 2-2. No Shiwan off to a slow start last year. Also, actually, everybody on Hanwha was off to a slow start last year. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Sets up on the outside, and he grounds it foul, and it stays 2-2. Noshiwan still looks like he dropped a few kgs in the off season. I know he had to go do like some military training. Not he is exempt from his military duties because of the Asia Games gold medal in 2023. Same thing with Moon Dong-ju. But here comes the 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside once again, and he fouls that straight back. And another 2-2 pitch coming up. Hey, I want that towel. The only one I want. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout there. As that's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Noshiwan. And they've got 2 outs now. They continue to be awful with runners on base. All right, here we go. Cheon Sung steps in, looks at ball 1 way up as he dives back a little bit to make sure he doesn't get hit in the face. Cheon Sung 0 for 3 on the day, 6-3 ground out, a 5-3 ground out, and struck out just last inning. Started off the inning last inning. Has a chance here to get Hanwha 1 run closer, tie it up, or even take the lead. And that's that play by the catcher or the or sorry, none of those are correct. By the pitcher really seems to be coming back to haunt Kia, especially if they end up not being able to get out of this inning, as this should have been 3 outs there. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Again, the big play was a kind of a check swing dribbler back to the pitcher who scooped it up and tried to throw home when he could have gone to first to get the out to make it 2 outs. As that pitch is going to be a ground ball, the shortstop throws to second and he gets out of it. As Hanwha not able to do anything still. And I'll be right back for the top of the 8th. It's 5-3 Kia. All right, we'll have another pitching change. 안녕하세요. Han Sung-hyuk out on the mound, 3 games, 2.1 innings, a 0-2 on the season with a hold, 11.57 ERA, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. All right, like I said, Hanwha's they used their bullpen the last 2 days. Chae Hyung-woo is going to ground that off of the pitcher. Is he going to be able to get it? He grabs it, scoops, and throws to first. 1 away. That'll go down as a 1-1-3 putout on the first pitch. 1 away is Han Jun-soo will step in. 네, 영어 배우고 싶어요? All right, Han Jun-soo getting his first at bat. Oh, really? Busan, right? Noshiwan's from Busan, right? 네, Busan. 그래서 경남 Golden 학교. All right, so the 0-1 pitch inside 1-1. Sure, Hanwha can come back. This is the KBO. The options for bullpens are not very good, as that misses upstairs, and it's 2-1. 어떤 position 했어요? All right, the 2-1 pitch. And fouled into JJ Hoon, who gets a new ball and throws it back. Nah. The did you go and uh play baseball in college? 2-2 pitch and outside 3-2. Ah, Sawe Yagu Heo? All right, here comes the 3-2 counts, the full count to Hansung Ju or Hanjun Su. And that's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher and another 1-3 putouts. All right, so that's going to bring up a Hong Jong Pyo. Hong Jong Pyo hitting 100 on the season. As he chops that one, the catcher going to grab it, throw, off balance throw by Che Hoon, and he gets him. 1, 2, 3, go. The Kia Tigers in the top of the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-3 Kia. I know, Mary Kate. I know. Mary Kate is months later is still reeling over the decision of Kia and Hanwha's cheerleaders to head to Taiwan. Big inning there from Hansung Hyuk. You have to think that if Hanwha is able to take the lead here, that they can probably send Hansung Hyuk back out. No, 8 pitches there. So you have to think that they're going to send him back out because again, rough weekend, I should say, for Hanwha and their bullpen. They didn't give up any runs, but they had to pitch 2 straight days, which means they're not. Most of these guys are not available. All right, so we should be coming back. So out on the mound for Kia, it will Jo Sang-woo stay out there. I'm not sure, but Kim Tae-yeon will be leading things off for Hanwha. He hit by a pitch and a walk. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He does have a stolen base and scored a run. Jo Sang-woo still out there. Again, Kia's bullpen has been the worst bullpen in the KBO, as that's first pitch swinging, but foul down the line, and it's 0-1. 네, 저도 사회 야구해요. 네, 아, 보통 투수는 잘 못 던져요. 너무 늘어요. All right, the 0-1 pitch to Kim Tae-yeon outside, ball 1, 1-1. The Chegan Hanwha Yuksung chance going back out in the side. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Kim Tae-yeon. And that is lifted into right. Nasung Bomb makes a few steps back, but in front of the warning track. And that's will be 1 away. And so Lotte Panier. All right, so Chean Ho is going to pinch hit for Im Jong Chan here. And in there for a strike. Chean Ho. Hanwha Chean Ho. Ball one outside. Still a fantastic song. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Pitch number 16 for Jo Song-woo. And that's in there for strike. 1-2 now. Chan Ho not getting a lot of opportunities this year. Mainly just getting late game pinch hitting opportunities or, uh, you know, coming in defensively late in games also. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away into the netting behind home base. It stays 1-2. Not touching. Well, that'll be Chan Ho, and then Che Jae Hoon will be on deck. We'll see if he stays in. I have to think he does. And the 1-2 pitch way outside at 2-2. Che Jae Hoon is one of the lone bright spots offensively for Hanwha so far this season, especially in this series. All right, the 2-2 pitch fouls that away. Now the 2-2 pitch. Another foul as he just keeps slapping it away. Slowly working that pitch count up as Jo Song-woo is now sitting at a 2-2 count. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing, fouls it into the mitts, and that's will be two away and a second strikeout of the day for Jo Song-woo, who came in relief. So Hanwha down to their last 4 outs, and they'll have Che Jae-hoon, the brick wall behind home plates, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a run scored, a hit by pitch, and a liner to right field. But instead, they're going to have Mr. Clutch coming up. Pinch hitting here is that is ball 1. Mr. Clutch will be pinch hitting here. And he chops that one to the first baseman. Wisdom scoops it up, steps on the bag himself, and that will be it for Hanwha on the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. It's Kia 5-3. Hanwha kind of looks like they're just bleh. The guys in the dugout don't seem to be really into the game. It seems like they might be just ready to call it a weekend, take a day off tomorrow, warm up, get some hot packs going. So So or Moon Hyun Bin won't stay in. It should be replaced by EJ Wan, who should take over behind the plate. So let's see here. We'll see what kind of moves Hanwha gets. At least that's my understanding. As far as Kia will also or should have a new pitcher also. Let's see if maybe they'll send Han Sung Hyuk back out there for another inning. Never know. Never, never, never. All right. We should be back here. Top of the ninth inning now. Top. There we go. So Jung-Woo Juice out on the mound. 2 games, 1 inning, an ERA of 27, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. He is the second round pick from last year's draft. So Chan greets him with a shot to right field. Get other stuff fixed here. All right, that's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, Park Jung-woo. So Kim Tae-yeon moves over to right. Chan-ho should have stayed in left, I believe. Chan-ho, yes, goes to left. EJ Wan takes over from Moon Hyun Bin, and Jung-woo Ju is on the mound now. I'll get that changed for those of you keeping track at home. Oh no. And he pulls the bunt back. But it's in there for a strike. 667 on the season for the left fielder. Again, took over as a pinch runner. And bunts that one up in the air. Noshiwan makes the play. And that is 1 away. Bunts 5. A bunt pop up, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody loves a good bunt pop up. We'll go to the bottom of the order. Number 9 hitter stepping up, Kim Gyu Sung. And looks at strike 1 in there. 135 on that breaking pitch. Kim Gyu Sung, 2 for 3 on the day, an RBI double in his last at bats. That put Kia, gave them a little bit of a cushion. And 1-1 now. So singled in his first at bats, and then a 1-3 ground out in the 5th, and then last in the 7th inning, a RBI double. And the 1-1, a swing and a miss, and the throw down to seconds is not in time. And awful, awful, awful. Did he get him? No. And I guess that was I don't know if it was a swing and miss, but it was a strikeout because they were showing a replay. I don't know what it was, but it's 2 outs now. That's all I do know. There we go. We'll check the replay here. Swing and a miss. And one of the disadvantages of not being at the game is that's up high and it's a ball one. 1-0 to Pak Jae Hyun. Pak Jae Hyun 1 for 4 on the day, 2 strikeouts in his last 2 at bats, a 4-6 ground out, and a single and a stolen base back in the first, and fouls that one away, and it's 1-1. All right, to the 1-1 pitch. EJ1 sets up right down the middle, and it's outside. 2-1. Jung Woo-ju. Kim Seo-hyun not watching. Again, not playing today because pitched the last 2 days. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Side 3-1. And pops it up. No Shiwan looks lost out there, but he is under it, and that will be all for Kia. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Hanwha down to their final 3 outs, and they've got to score 2 to keep it going, 3 to take the lead and walk it off. We'll be back in just a few moments. Lots of stolen bases, it seems, this year. It really seems like there's a ton of stolen bases. Try to get caught up on my stats for a little post game recap. All right. We'll see. I assume we'll have a new pitcher here. Yep. Jung Hae Young out on the mound. 2 games, 2 innings, 1 loss, 13.50 ERA, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. We'll see if Hanwha can work a little magic here. They took the lead in the bottom of the 7th in game on Friday night. They took the lead in the bottom of the 8th on Saturday nights. Can they take the lead on the bottom of the 9th on the Sunday? And that first pitch is in there for a strike to Shin Woo-jun. 2 hits today. Doubles his total hit total for the season. 2 for 3 with a single and a single, an RBI, a stolen base, a double, a run scored, and it's 0-2. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, slapped foul. Nice play by the ball boy down there. He sticks the glove out, makes the one-hander, sticks the glove out, holding the chair in his other hand. Ryu and Jen on the day, 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, six hits, only threw 76 pitches. Again, didn't come out despite having only 76 pitches, is that's going to be a single right back up the middle, and he's on base for the 3rd time today. Is Hanwha not going down lightly? Again, the Kia bullpen has been bad. We'll see if that's 1 run or that's the game is never over in the KBO. Wang Young Mook will step in. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Wang Young Mook stepping in, doubled in his second at bats, backups, a backwards K in the 1st inning, 5-3 ground out and a walk. And that's going to be a slow roller to the shortstop, 6-4-3 double play. I think they're going to have to challenge this. Yeah, I mean they have to challenge this. He's definitely out. Shibu Jun is definitely out. Because this is at this point, this is really the game. Sogan Chong does not have a good turn from second to first, and it looked like the throw went up the line a little bit where Wisdom had to come and get it. And he is out. And it looked like might have had his foot off the bag, but on the replay, it looks like he definitely did have his foot on it. Big stretch. Russell Young comes on. Thank you. All right, we've got 2 outs. An Ji Hong stepping in. They are down to their final outs. An Ji Hong 0 for 3 on the day, 1 hit on the season, and looks at ball 1 low, 1-0. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a squibbler foul. And 1-1. And An Ji Hong, big hits yesterday, big pinch hits yesterday to give Hanwha the lead. And then now today, they're looking for him to be able to extend the game. Florial on deck, no Shiwan in the hole. As that is going to be popped up. Will it get out of play? Will it drop in as Nasung Bomb snags it? And that will be it. Hanwha isn't able to get the sweep. They go down 5-3. All right. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Hanwha put up a little bit of a fight. Not much. Honestly, the game, it just never really felt like Hanwha was in it. Again, their first run was off of a bases loaded walk. No problem. I'll be back Tuesday nights for Samsung versus Kia, a rematch of the Korean series. So, but thank you guys. So I mean, Wisdom absolutely terrorized Hanwha pitching. Three homers, 3 games, 3 homers. I thought he was going to struggle with the off-speed pitches based on his MLB numbers, but it looks like he's not. I mean, he's now I believe 4 homers. I think he's tied with Moon Bo-kyung to lead for the league lead, as Moon Bo-kyung didn't play today. So Wisdom 4 home runs, 1 in each game this series. Yeah, I mean, Kia, their bullpen blew the first two games. Their bullpen was able to hold this game. Hanwha still has not beaten a starter yet this year. So they've now 8 games. They have yet to beat a starter. They did get to Oler today, who did not really pitch that well. Honestly, he didn't pitch that well. 5 innings, 99 pitches, 62 for strikes, 4 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Gave up 2 earned runs. So at this point, Hanwha scored 3 earned runs all week against starters. They did have 2 unearned runs yesterday, so yeah, just not very good. Thank you, Harry, for tuning in. Ryunjin again pitched fantastic. 6 innings, 76 pitches, six hits, 1 big homer from Wisdom, 1 walk, and then 4 strikeouts. Did give up 2 earned runs. Itaeon came in, and that's when the game got out of hand. Again, I talked about it when he came in. Even though his ERA was 0, he had not pitched well for the season. He ended up loading the bases, I believe, or no, he gave up with his first 2 and only 2 runners on base on Thursday. Luckily, Hanwha was able to get out of it, but again, he came in today, threw 7 pitches, gave up 2 hits, and at that point, he was out of the game. Both of those runs ended up coming in as Jodonuk came in, gave up 2 hits, did get 2 strikeouts, but just okay. Sorry, my AirPod died, which means my TV that I watched the game on, the audio is going to come out of the TV, which means it's going to be picked up by the microphone, which means I'm going to get a copyright strike, which means I'm not going to be able to stream. So I had to mute it real quick. So, but yeah, Joe Donuk came in. He ended up giving up the 2 runs that Ite Yang put on, and then another run also. Kia, their bullpen looks like it's not very good. They're going to have to fix something. Their starting pitching is pitching well enough to get wins. Hanwha's starting pitching has been really, really, really good. Just like it was predicted that their starting pitching would be really good, except for the number 4 starter who will start Tuesday, who I have said multiple times, I don't think he's that good of a starter. So he'll start on Tuesday against Lotte. We'll see if Lotte can get to him also. But anyway, Kia avoids the sweep. Hanwha not able to get the sweep. That puts them both sitting at 3 and 4 on the season. So both teams under 500 for the season. It is still early in the season, but Hanwha is doing this with their regular lineup, their full strength lineup. Kia, on the other hand, again, their starting shortstop, their leadoff hitter is gone, and also their starting third baseman, the MVP, is also gone. So, yes, Hanwha took 2 of 3, but they took 2 of 3 by not beating a starter and without Kia's their best hitter, and their starting shortstop, their number 1 hitter. So, take with that what you will. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back on Tuesday for Samsung versus Kia. I believe that game is in Guangzhou. Yes, Sue. So I'll be back on Tuesday for Guangzhou, from Guangzhou, or not from Guangzhou, from my room here. Samsung versus Kia, and then the other games haven't quite been decided yet. So make sure, if you want, vote in the poll on which games you want to see. But that's it for me, everybody. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and well, until next time.